lovelies, welcome back to another video. We are doing another girl talk. I'm pretty sure, and I'm obviously going to double check this, but I'm pretty sure this is girl talk / advice part 4, which is really exciting. As always, I want to say that I always want to make sure that my channel is a safe haven for guys and girls who just want to enjoy good content, have a little bit of laugh, like not take life too seriously, but also I think it's good to learn from each other. So if there's anything I can do and I can say and I can give advice on that would help you guys, then of course I will always try to. Obviously, I just want to say that these are my opinions, doesn't mean that they are facts at all, but we're here to help each other. And I have asked over on Instagram, as always, any advice or any questions that you want me to talk about, any topics, taboo topics, anything like that, and you guys have sent in your questions and your topics as usual. Of course, we always get very similar ones, and I'm always going to try and steer away from the ones that I've already spoke about. Of course, at the end of the video there'll be 2 links there, so you can click on the other 2 if you want to watch them as well. So I think we should just get straight into the video and start chatting. Of choice is a Subway. It is almost half eaten because I am also filming another video at the same time as this, and I needed to eat a little bit for that, but we've got pretty much over half left. So here are some of the questions. Let's go through them and see actually what we've got. Okay, so the first question is how to get over being cut off by someone. Now, I'm obviously not a relationship expert or anything like that, but it can definitely be very hard. Even if you're just in a talking phase of speaking to someone, you actually have quite a lot of feelings for that person, but it hasn't quite got to a relationship, and they sort of just cut you off, ghost you, however you want to phrase it, and you're sort of like left there thinking like, I know some people sometimes think like, are my feelings even valid because we weren't even in a relationship? And that is, you know, an absolutely silly thing to think, because of course your feelings are valid no matter what. I mean, you have every right to the way that you're feeling, and it's completely justified. To help get over that person, I mean everyone's different, and I know some people like to always be chatting to someone, and if that does help you get over the person who has cut you off, then okay, so be it. I personally don't recommend chatting to someone so quickly if you've still got feelings or you're still trying to get over with someone, because I personally don't think it's fair on the other person. Of course, you always got to be transparent with them if that's the case, but for me, I mean, it's not the best thing in the world, but of course for you guys it might be a little bit different, so that's why I mentioned that there, just in case that is something that's going to help you. I would say just take the time to work on yourself. Maybe you've got some hobbies that you haven't done for a while, and you could use that spare time that you would be putting in that effort with that person to actually put into bettering yourself and putting that time into a new hobby or an old hobby that you haven't given a go in a while. For example, me, I absolutely used to love lots of like creativity with like drawing, painting, you know, you can get like paint by numbers. I used to love doing stuff like that, and I just haven't done it for a while, mainly because I'm just so like career based, and I love doing YouTube videos. Of course, I'm in a relationship, I want to see friends, like obviously there's a lot to balance, but if you've got spare time, get out that paint by numbers, you know, go take a fitness class, anything like that. I think is a great way to sort of take your mind off it. You're working on yourself to better yourself, or something that you really enjoy and that you've enjoyed for a long time but you haven't done for a while, and I think that will help you, like I said, get your mind off that person, and eventually once you've been doing it for a little while, I think that yeah, you'll get over them. And also additionally with that, like just be mindful. Like I think you need to be mindful of who you are as a person, and don't let how they feel affect you. Like don't start to think things like, oh, maybe I wasn't good enough or anything like that because they cut things off with you. Know your worth. It's all about mindset, and you got to remember that each and every person has so much to give someone. It just wasn't right with that person. That's all it is. Okay, I'm gonna have a little bit of my Subway because I want to have it before it gets cold, and then we're gonna move on to the next question. By the way, this is a Italian BMT on herbs and cheese with marinara sauce. So good. I think I'm going to finish this off, and I've got another 6-inch to go. You know what, I used to do quite a lot of mukbangs when I first started this channel. I haven't done one for a while. I've been debating whether to do the 10,000 calorie challenge, but at the same time I've just signed up to a PT, so I just don't think it's probably the best time to do it, but I do really want to give it a go because I eat a lot, and I think that I could, okay, maybe not eat 10,000, but close to 10,000 I think I could do. Okay, kind of similar. How do you deal with rejection in all parts of life, work, relationships, etc.? I've picked this one personally because I deal with a ridiculous amount of rejection on a day-to-day basis because of my work. So if you don't know, I am a professional performer. I'm a dancer, model and actress. I also do content creating for brands. So of course that means that I'm self-employed and I have to look for my own work pretty much every single day, but that obviously does mean that a lot of the time I'm getting rejected from work every single day. I go to auditions, I have to do self-tapes. Most of that is most likely going to come back in a rejection. And then you've got when you go to certain auditions and you don't get a very nice, or whoever is taking the audition, sometimes they actually give you feedback. It's not a nice feedback some of the time. Like a lot of the time, like I will take on a lot of feedback. So if someone says, oh okay, you know, I think you should have done this here, I think you could have done that there. Constructive criticism, absolutely amazing, and I'm here for that. But when someone is just slating you, like you have to obviously be so thick-skinned. Okay, so to the point, first of all, I would just say that most of the time it is not going to be about you. If you're getting a lot of rejection, a lot of the time it's going to be about the other people that are rejecting. It's the same thing, but like for example, if someone put a nasty comment on your photo, it is nothing to do with you in the slightest, nothing to do with you as a person, how nice you are, you look like. It is literally because of them and they're horrible and something that happened to them that when they were younger, or they got rejected, so then they act like that with other people. It's usually because of the other person. So just try not, and I know it's so difficult and it's easier said than done, but try not to let that affect you. Get into the mindset of thinking, okay, it's not me, Han, it's you. And I say it most of the time is because there will be situations where if you are just a dick, then of course, yeah, you know, if someone says something horrible to you or rejects you, then yeah, okay, you deserved it. So that's why I say most of the time. But going back to the part about mindset, especially if you are a performer, because I know that it's a performer actually that has asked this question. But in relationships, life, career, anything, you really have to just get into the correct mindset. For me, that is kind of the main thing and the best thing that I could give advice on. Similar to what I said before, you just have to know your worth. You have to know your talents. You have to know who you are as a person. You have to learn to love yourself. I know it sounds so cheesy, but you need to feel the confidence in yourself. You need to learn to love yourself. All that sort of stuff that sounds so cheesy that you probably hear, you know, on slogans and this and that, but it is so true. If you know your worth and you know how good you are as a person, the rejection that you hear from people, it doesn't even touch you. You know, if things used to affect me so much when I was younger, you know, I'd hear one nasty comment in college or when I first started auditioning, you know, I was thinking, you know, why am I not booking these auditions? And then as I got a little bit older, obviously I've got a stronger mindset now and I know more like values and all this sort of stuff, and I know who I am as a person. I've sort of like explored myself and just lived my life, learned from it, and that has changed my mindset completely. So when someone does reject me, or if I'm not someone's cup of tea, I'm like, okay, that is absolutely fine. That's okay for you, that's okay for me. Like, gonna go ahead and find a better job. I'm just gonna go ahead and be with a better person, for example. Do you know what I mean? I know, like I said, I know it's easier said than done, but mindset. If you can, I do recommend it. Hope that has helped. Okay, time for a quick food break. If you've been sat there thinking, I've been craving for a Subway, but I'm not gonna get one, this is your sign to go get a Subway. Okay, next question. How to cheer yourself up? I found this one really interesting because it made me think actually that a lot of people can be, you know, well, feeling all types of ways from any aspect in life, whether that's stuff that's going on at home, in work, in your relationship, maybe you're lonely, you know, it could be anything. And it crossed my mind how actually I do know a lot of people that really struggle to cheer themselves up and rely on other people to cheer themselves up. I'm not saying that's necessarily a bad thing. Like, if any of my friends or family members, if Luke or anything like that is sad, I would literally say, call me anytime, day and night. So it's not necessarily a bad thing, but if that person's busy and you're feeling like absolute crap and you need to cheer up, yeah, we're going to talk about a few things that I think that you can do. Okay, so the first thing, I know this is not going to be everyone's cup of tea, but when you actually give it a go, don't slate it until you've tried it, okay? Trust me, it works, and it works for a reason. Do some exercise. Exercising actually releases chemicals through your body that help you feel good. I don't know whether you've ever done it, but you've ever gone for a jog, ever gone for a workout, and afterwards you feel rewarded, you feel good about yourself. And I recommend doing something like that if you are down, if you're in like a rut, if you don't know what to do, if you're sad, if you're mad, anything like that. I do give it a go. It actually really helps if you're mad as well, because you have so much sort of like drive and energy, and it really helps when you work out. Second thing I would recommend, if you don't want to do that, is do the complete opposite. So have a nice relaxing evening. If you have an evening free, get in your favorite chocolate. Like, who cares about calories? Who cares about this? Who cares about that? No one, only yourself, okay? So get in your favourite snacks, whether that's chocolate, crisps, cakes, whatever you want. Put on your favourite film, get a face pack, a bath, watch a movie, like whatever you want to do that's going to help you relax, do it. And I swear afterwards you will feel really, really good. You'll feel nice and relaxed and you just think, okay, I needed that. Sort of like detox my mind. And hopefully that is going to help you cheer up. It helps me cheer up sometimes, so hopefully that will help you cheer up. Thirdly, I know I've said a couple of ways if you don't have anyone who's available, but if you do, I recommend messaging a friend that you haven't spoken to in a while. Someone that you've been meaning to meet up with, that you've been meaning to have a phone call with, but their schedule is really busy. Your schedule is really busy. Obviously we're adults now, so like, you know, our jobs and stuff like that always clash, it seems like. But I have to book an appointment with my friends like months in advance. It is crazy. But that one friend that you've been meaning to message, give them a message. It is lovely to chat to someone who you haven't chatted to for a while, and sort of like you can reminisce on certain stuff, or you can have like this giant catch up that you needed to. Even actually reaching out and checking in to see if they are okay when you're not feeling good, and you can sort of like chat about it at the same time, help each other out, and you can both empathize with each other. And there's nothing better than chatting to someone who is going through, and not in like a mean way, but who's going through a similar sort of thing, because you can, there's one thing to sympathize, but when you get someone who can empathize with you, like it really, really does help. And to know that you're not struggling alone, it really, really helps. Sometimes if I'm feeling really, really crappy, if I have a phone call with Luke, like I'm like, yes, I'm like really, really happy. Okay, I'm gonna do one last one. So number 4, if you can drive and you have a car available, I don't, so I can't do this, but I know it really makes me happy, is potentially go for a late night drive. Actually put on some calming music, some music that you really, really like, find somewhere scenic to go for a drive, and just have like a nice little drive by yourself, taking the sights, have a little think, jam with your music. Maybe like I would quite like a nice sort of like slow music. So obviously this is maybe a bit more tailored towards me, but hopefully these things would cheer you up. If not, I mean, you can Google a lot of things. You know, think of stuff that makes you happy. Again, I don't want to keep repeating myself, but maybe a hobby, yoga or a bit of painting, some drawing, something like that. A hobby usually cheers you up. So if you haven't done that for a while and you're feeling a bit low, give that a go as well. So that's number 5. Do a hobby that you haven't done for a while. Okie dokie. Oh, let's have a little bit more. Okay, so I think I'm going to go for something completely different, something a little bit more light to finish on. How do you keep up with current fashion trends? I actually really like this because I haven't had anything like this before. I mean, firstly, I don't think I keep up with a lot of trends. I am really not that person. As much as I think people judge me on, maybe because of certain stuff that I post on social media, but obviously got to remember that social media is probably like 10% of my life, and you always put the best stuff on social media, right? So as much as I think people think that I keep up with fashion trends, and I'm really into makeup, and I'm really into this and I'm really into that, yeah, I'm kind of not that girl. That being said, I do enjoy fashion and do enjoy makeup and stuff like that. I usually just find stuff on social media. So if I'm scrolling on TikTok, or if I'm deciding to do sort of like a fashion haul, I will obviously see what is new in. I don't particularly keep up with them, but if I'm certainly vibing with a certain fashion trend, I will for sure give it a go, because it's all about experimenting, right? You don't have to like every single trend that comes out, but if there's something where you're not too sure on, just give it a go. Why not? Like it's about exploring, seeing what suits you, seeing how you feel when you're doing that trend, right? I don't typically jump on them straight away either. I don't know why. I like to think that I'm not so much of a sheep, so when I see certain fashion trends, I just like people to sort of, I like to get through the hype, so everyone else is wearing the trend, everyone else is going through it, and I don't want to jump on it straight away because I don't want to be wearing the same sort of stuff as everyone else. But then once it dies down, and if I do enjoy it, if I'm liking what I'm seeing, and then I'll jump on it then and sort of get into it myself. But then, you know, there's lots of times where I'll try something out, like, I don't know, a new pair of jeans that is trending at the moment, and I try them out, and then after a week I'm like, actually I don't like it, doesn't suit me, and that's absolutely fine. Not every single trend is going to suit every single person. Like, we're all different body shapes and sizes. That's absolutely fine. But I will say, like, there shouldn't be a pressure to keep up with a fashion trend, and that's why I'm sort of steering away from how to keep up with the fashion trends, and more saying, if you want to try one. If you don't feel like you have to. If you want to wear the same things that you've been wearing for 10 years, then go for it. Like, it's all about you and what you feel comfortable in, because at the end of the day, it's you and your body and what you want to put on your body. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, so to sort of like finish it off, I'd just say if you see it and you like it, give it a go. If it's not what you expected, so be it. That is absolutely fine. Okay, I've got the littlest bit of Subway left to eat, but I think I'm gonna just finish it off camera because, like I said, it's pretty boring watching me eat, and I can't eat and talk, as you guys know. So I just want to say thank you so much for watching, guys. I really hope you enjoyed this one. If this does well, there will be a part 5. I really enjoy actually just giving a bit of advice and just talking about random topics. I do enjoy it, and I hope you enjoyed it. So if you did, please give this video a big thumbs up as always. Comment, subscribe. Take care, guys. Stay safe. Mwah. And I'll see you guys in the next video.